Fine art. Have a yearning to see the masterpieces up close? Join the crowd. In September alone, thieves stole $1 million worth of Andy Warhol paintings from a Los Angeles area home, while $27 million worth of Jackson Pollock, Rembrandt, and Van Gogh works were lifted from a Pebble Beach, California residence. Art heists are nothing new, and if recent history is any indication of what will happen in the future, it's only a matter of time before these California dreamers end up caught and the works returned. You've likely heard of Mona Lisa's disappearance from the Louvre in 1911, or the Last Judgment triptych in 1473. Yes, those works were recovered, and in fact, after a little digging around and cross-referencing, it appears that most thieves who have stolen famous artworks have been caught, and most paintings have been found and returned. So before you bust out the leather gloves and ski masks, perhaps a refresher on the recent history of art heists is in order. During the opening ceremony of the 1994 Winter Olympics in Lillehammer, for example, thieves broke into Oslo's National Museum of Norway, swiped Edvard Munch's The Scream, and left in its place a note reading, "Thanks for the poor security." The gratitude was a tad premature though, as both the thieves and the stolen work were uncovered in a 1996 British sting operation, after attempting to collect a $1 million ransom. Another version of The Scream was stolen in 2004 while in the Munich Museum, but the robbers were photographed getting away in their car, which eventually led to arrests, convictions, and in 2006 the work was recovered. In Sweden, the men behind the December 22, 2000 theft of 2 Renoirs and a Rembrandt from Stockholm's Swedish National Museum certainly deserve style points for their Hollywood blockbuster-worthy heist. The gang set off bombs planted on opposite sides of the city to divert police attention, employed spikes scattered along the road to hinder a police pursuit, and even took to the water in a getaway speedboat. However, the thieves failed to conceal their hideout as well as their tracks, and less than 2 weeks later, a call to the police to demand millions of dollars in ransom led the police right to them. 8 men in custody, paintings returned. The December 7, 2002 heist of View at the Sea at Scheveningen and congregation leaving the Reformed Church in Noonan from the Vincent van Gogh Museum had slightly less cinematic flair. Octave Durham and Henk B propped up a 15-foot ladder, broke a window, plucked the paintings off the wall, and climbed right back out the way they entered. Despite the paintings never having been recovered, the duo was convicted and sentenced to 4.5 years due to their DNA found on hats at the scene of the crime. A rookie mistake? Perhaps not. Dutch law states that art thieves can become the owners of their pilfered works after 30 years, provided they can prove they committed the crime. If that was their plan all along, hats off to you, Octave and Henk. If all these failures are leaving you with a craving for an art heist success story, look no further than the March 18, 1990 robbery of Boston's Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. At 1:24 a.m, 2 men wearing police uniforms and fake mustaches convinced security guards to allow their entrance on a phony disturbance call, tied up the security guards, and then 81 minutes later exited the museum with 13 works by artists such as Vermeer, Rembrandt, and Manet, totaling an estimated $300 million, the largest art heist in the world, ever. Despite an extensive FBI investigation and a $5 million reward, authorities have yet to find a trace of the artworks, or the thieves. Though, as I mentioned, the odds are against them, so think twice before attempting a heist.